All right. So I was saying Canva is a design tool and you can use it for different types of content. So content like social media posts, you can use it for flyers, you can use it for even hard copy design like been to mention, is it been to, yeah, mention using it for cards for her business. You can even use it for videos. You can use it for presentations as well. So it's a very user-friendly design tool. So it's not like Adobe that you have to go through a lot of processes before you can, catch up on certain things. Now, one of the reasons people usually opt in for Canva, especially business owners, social media managers, digital marketers, and a host of others, is because of the template. So Canva is a template platform. It's like, just going to customize, you already have it, you already have things there to work with. So it's just for you to customize. So Canva has a lot of templates that you can work with for anything you want to do. So um let me minimize this. So as you can see, we have different functions here. Um, Instagram posts, sheets, you can edit documents, you can have whiteboards to do your whiteboard and presentations for meetings, social media, you can edit photos, videos, even design a website. You can design a landing page on Canva. Like there's a host of things that you can actually do with Canva. All right, so I'm just going to be briefly introducing these tools to us. I know some of us already know what some of these things are for. We're just going to give like an overview so that we can all start and end at the same pace. So um, the first thing I'd like to talk about. So this is the home page. This button here is the home page, the home button. So this is where we are right now, where you get to see. How do I remove this from here? Like it's just distracting. Okay. So this is where you get to see everything that this is what I've worked on recently. Oh, forgot this is not my laptop. So these are the things I've worked on. So essentially anything that you've worked on will end up on the home page. So it's like a shortcut, like how you just have like the way you have tabs on your desktop tabs. So it's like shortcut. So you have this way you find all the things that you've worked on. All right. So I'm seeing, so also the next thing here is projects. Now, projects is basically one of the ways I use the projects is for, so as a digital marketer, so sometimes I get to work with more than one brand, right? And you get to do designs for different brands at different times. So in order for you to be able to categorize these things, so just make your work organized, right? So you can use projects for that. For instance, um, these are different folders that I created under project. So they are for like different companies. Okay, so if you are doing a design for a particular company, doesn't even have to be a particular company. So if it can be in the same company for it, but a different purpose, you can go ahead and create folders to actually like segregate them, like separate them. So your work will just look more organized. Okay, so that's what projects. That's what you can use project for. So you can also upload files or work from your system directly to your project and then you can reuse them. So go further into that later on. But that's essentially what I use projects for. So then the next thing is templates. So templates is obviously why most of us are on Canva. Here you can search whatever you want, whatever it is you're planning to design, a social media post, a card, a presentation, whatever it is you actually want to design, you can just search for it here. although they now have like categories. So whatever it is that you want to work on, you can select the category, and then when you search for a template, whatever is related to that category is going to pop up. So for instance, you can see some social media designs here because I selected the social media category. And then you have education, you have video. So like, remember I mentioned that we have video. You can work on videos on Canva as well. So the next thing is brand. So for this part, so mind you, this is Pro Canva, so I'm using the Pro version. So there are some things that are here that you will not see on the free version. Okay, someone wants to join this call. So there are some things that are here that you will not see on the free version. For instance, this brand, right? So what this brand is for is, so there are certain things that, for instance, a brand has a brand guideline, right? So they have colors that they work with, they have logos that they work with, they have they have templates. Okay, so all of this can be put in the brand kit. So whenever you are designing, you can just go and make use of whatever is in the kit. So for instance, now if I want to put a brand color for a brand that I'm working with, I can come here and just put each of the colors here. So whenever I'm doing a design for that brand, I can just click on the brand kit and select whatever I want to use. So you also have the option of putting the font for that brand here using this button. You can upload a font, so you can download the font from your laptop, or you can download it from the internet and then upload it to Canva on the brand kit. Okay, so you also have other options here. So if the brand has pictures that they generally work with, you can also upload them here, and a host of other things. Like I said, this is a pro feature. So if you're using a free version of Canva, you might not see this, or you will not see this. There you see it, but you'll not be able to use it. So so a lot of brands have incorporated AI to their systems. So this is literally where you can come. So you don't have to go outside of Canva to search for images. You can generate images by just typing a prompt on Canva AI, and then it's going to generate an image for you. And it's not just limited to images. So you can see here that you can create image, you can create design, you can draft a document. So it's kind of working the way ChatGPT works. And then you can even draft a code and create a video clip. So this just basically works with prompting. So one thing about this is you might not really get exactly what you want, but you still have the freedom to edit it further after generating. So if you want to explore this particular feature further, you have some templates here that can guide you towards doing that. Okay, so before I proceed, so currently I can't see the Zoom chat, so I wouldn't know if you raise your hand or if you have a question. So if you have a question, just go ahead and unmute your mic and let me know, then I'll pause and then we can continue. All right. So I believe we all have Canva accounts. I would, at some point in this class, you'd open yours and also get to do something. But first of all, I'd like to talk about color theory when it comes to design now, not just Canva design. So every color has a function when it comes to design. So every color has an emotion that it passes. Okay, so let's take for instance Pinterest. Okay, so my go-to when it comes to design, getting design inspirations and all that. So Pinterest is the tool that I mostly use because I literally can find anything on Pinterest. So you can also do that. So when it comes to colors, so let's take a food brand, for instance, a fast food brand like Chicken Republic, G Burger, what's this popular one? Fast foods like that. If there's something peculiar about those brands, and that is their color, the use of colors. So if you check the similarities with this brand is they have red. Okay, so there's a reason why this is, it's not just random. Okay, so for colors like red, yellow, um, red, yellow, um, white, um, so these colors are vibrant, they are bright, they are fun. So these colors gives you the emotion of I just want this. It makes you eager, makes you excited. So that's why food brands use this color. So the the color of the brand is supposed to trigger an excitement in you. Food is meant to be fun. Food is meant to be exciting. So then colors like that will definitely be attractive. So colors play a very big role um in design. So let's go to Pinterest and let me show you an example. So let me search for food design. If you noticed, there's something peculiar about this. You can see yellow here. You can see yellow here. You can see yellow here. You can see a touch of yellow on this design. You see orange, which is close to red. So this is green. We have a few food brands that have green as their colors. Orange, um, green, yellow, pink. So, what is very noticeable in these designs is the fact that they carry vibrant colors. Now, it's not just a random thing, it's because of color theory in design. So if we're talking about health sector now, there are certain colors that work for health sectors like blue. If you notice, a lot of hospitals, their branding is usually tilted towards blue and white. Why? Because blue carries a certain emotion. It's like blue is like, hold on, this call ended. What's the time? Hmm, this is weird. It's not your time. So please just let me know if this call ends. I think we'll have to join again using the same link. I'm seeing 10 minutes left. I don't know what that's about. This class is for an hour. So like I was saying, blue speaks, gives the trust me vibe, gives the I'm a trustworthy, like it gives you that it evokes that emotion in you. So let's, for instance, let's search for hospital designs, and you see that most of them you see this design blue and white, a touch of green, blue, blue. Like it's just so you cannot really see a hospital using red for a design or yellow for a design or pink. It's like it's rare because then you already know that blue gives off the vibe of being trustworthy. White is giving clean, is giving professional, is giving you can trust me with your health. Okay, so you can even explore. So for instance, if you are thinking of luxury, if you're thinking maybe a fashion brand and the fashion brand is a luxury fashion brand, right? So you're thinking gold, you're thinking purple, you're thinking black. So these are all luxury colors. So I'd like to go further, but we don't have time. So you can just in your spare time research about color theory so that it will guide you in the kind of colors that you should use for your designs, because that was what will actually aid your designing. All right. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the tools on Canva. So let's search for a design. So let me see a quote. Let's use a quote, for instance. I'm just going to use this to explain some of the tools on the design canvas to you. Please, are you guys still with me? Let me be certain that I'm not talking to myself.
Yes, we're with you.
All right, great. Thank you, Bintu. So I'm going to be explaining what you can use each of these for briefly. So for this, you know how I got here. So for a, I searched for a quote design. So that's what brought me here. So if you come here and you realize that, oh, I don't really fancy this quote design, I want more options. That's what this design button is for. So you can still search templates while you are already on the canvas here. So for instance, I want options to work with. I can come here and search for a new design, a new quote design, and then I'll be given other options. Okay, so you can come here and then you can now decide to pick which other one you can work with. So simply by clicking it to appear on the page that you have created. Now this add page button is simply if you want to work on like 3 designs on the same file, right? You can come here, add a new page, and then it will open up a new page for you, and you can come and select and just bring it onto the canvas. So that's what this design button is for. So for styles, remember when I mentioned that you can have a brand kit for a particular brand that you're working with. So, I've come now on this page. So let's say I'm working for a particular brand and I've already imported their colors, their logo, their fonts. I've already imported into the brand kit. So when I click on styles button, what I'm going to see here is that brand kit. So you can have multiple brand kits here, rename them according to the brands or the folder or the file that you're working with, and then you can use them where needed. So for instance, this is the brand I'm working with, and this is their brand kit, right? I can come here and decide to now use colors from these brand kits simply by clicking it. Now, this is very useful because Canva will help you put the colors the way you want it. Let me try something that has more colors in it, like this page one. I'm trying to select the entire page. Oh, sorry, give me a moment. Aha. So I can come here and say, I want to use the colors in the brand kit for this particular brand. And simply by clicking it, Canva will help me put the colors the way I want. This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. But you get the point that I'm trying to make because I didn't really put colors here. That's why. Or if you have a brand color, right, and you've done a design and you don't want to be manually imputing, oh, let me change this to blue, let me change this to red, let me change this, just create a brand kit, right? And then when you come, you can click it and then the colors automatically just shift to what is on your brand kit. So that's it for the brand kit. And then you remember I also told you have logos in your brand kit. So I haven't put anything here, that's why you can't see anything. But if I click this and I put logos and fonts here, everything is going to be here. So when I select the brand kit, everything is just going to appear on my design. Like it's just going to save you a lot of time, right? But like I said, this is a pro feature, so you will not be able to use this if you don't have Canva Pro. So that's it about, okay, so I was here. That's it about this design. Then the next button here is elements button. Okay, now elements is simply what you are working with in your design. Okay, so we have some categories here, like shapes. You can find shapes under elements. You can find graphics. So these are things like, for instance, you see these lines. Okay, this is not very, this is looking very awful. I would like to change this back. Okay, so you see this box, for instance, you can find it here. You see this quotation, you can find it here. This line, you can find it here. So essentially anything that is on your design, right, you can find it under the elements, all right. So you also have frames. So you can search for different types of frames under your under elements. Okay, so not just shapes. You can also search for phone frames. Like if you are creating a design that you want it to be in a phone. I don't know if you understand. Let me search for that so that you can see it. Yeah, so this is what I mean. So if you want to create a design and the design you want a phone to be inside, you can come here, then you now go ahead and put whatever you want to put on the screen. So that's what I mean by a phone frame. So it's not just so it's sorry, these ones are the ones that so if you see anything like this with this cloud and greens, it means that you can put anything inside of it. So what do I mean? For instance, I select this let me open a fresh page. So let's say I want to put an image in this frame. That's why I say frame. So a frame means that you can put anything inside. Let's say I search for a man. So I can just go ahead and he's going to enter the frame. That's what I mean. So let me not run too far. So that's it for frames. So the next thing is audio. So you can even import audios to your design. So remember I mentioned that you can do I'm getting a notification that this call is about to end in a minute. I don't know why that is. So please, if it ends, please we'll have to rejoin using this same link. I will have to check what's wrong later on after this call so that it will not happen again. I don't know why it's telling us to end. So if it happens to just end, please just rejoin immediately and then we'll continue.